There you have it, our starting fives for both squads. Red Bull Barako still unbeaten so far in this conference. Ang Talk and Text Phonepals coming off a loss. And talk about explosive matchups here, Coach Norman. You have guys like Alapag against Miller. You've got Taulava there on Penisi. This should be an exciting ball game.
It'll be interesting to see who takes Hobby Carey. He had 21 rebounds in their last game in that loss, so he's been very productive. He actually had a 20-20 game.
Well, that jump ball earlier brought to you by Star Margarine. First crack at the basket goes to Talk and Text, and right away they give the ball down low to Asi Taulava.
Well, mas malaki si Asi Taulava over Homer Say. Homer Say is giving away about 4 inches and maybe about 20 pounds.
Again, that'll be the matchup here. There's the quick double team. Ikot ng bola, Alapag, swing it outside once again to Fran. And no conversion on the first possession there. Miller. Inside look to Valenzuela, turnaround shot. And both teams just one crack at the basket. Taulava against Homer Say. Hop, skip, and jump. And, you know, a lot of people have been commenting on that last ball game of Taulava where he did not really get too many touches and scored only 11 points. So let's see if this can be a game where he can bounce back.
Well, Red Bull getting a lot of offensive rebounds on that play.
Looks like a tough day here so far in the early goings. No team still scoring. With over a minute gone by. Interception, Red Bull. Here comes Valenzuela. Ball will be kicked away. And now Miller will give it off to Penisi.
Good hustle there by Homer Say to keep it alive.
Still no goal, no points on the board for both squads. Alapag in traffic. Oh, he throws one up against 3 black shirts.
Oh, walang foul.
Miller, step back jumper, and finally, ang ating unang puntos dito sa laro, 2-0, lamang ang Red Bull.
Well, neither team showing too much patience. We said they like to score a lot of points. So far, they're putting up the shots very quickly.
Well, both teams know just how important this ball game is. It's the season on the line. Pablo won't get the bounce. Here comes Fran inside. And a foul will be called here. It'll go against Homer Say. Let's turn you down now, courtside with Janelle for our Star Margarine courtside update.
Paolo and Coach Norman Asi Taulava refused to give an interview before this game, but Coach Ariel Vanguardia of Talk and Text Phonepals clarified that the Rock is not daunted by reports about this failed sham thing. Also, he admitted that it was his fault why Asi Taulava scored a disappointing 11 points last game against FedEx. He said that he didn't give Asi too many touches in their place, but for this game they are prepared. They say that they have studied the defense of Red Bull and they are expecting Red Bull to play the same defense. So we will see kung kaya nila ito. They also, Coach Ariel also said that lagi naman daw nila they catch the last trip to the semis and the finals. It seems that they work best when their backs are against the wall. We'll try to find out kung totoo nga yan. This has been my Star Margarine courtside update. Back to the panel.
Thank you, Janelle. That update brought to you by Star Margarine. And interesting to know.
Yes, if you look at the defense that Red Bull has played so far, they're going to double team Taulava with Penisi, leaving Hobby Carey open. So Hobby Carey might have a big game again tonight.
Tip in by Miller inside. And another point that Janelle mentioned earlier was about Talk and Text playing very well when their backs are against the wall. And we saw that so many times, especially in that first conference finals, and even in that series against Alaska to enter the finals. Talk and Text really just would step up during important ball games.
Well, ang problema dito is that they have to win by more than 8 points, so that's a double whammy. You not only have to win, but you have to win by a certain number.
Yes, they have to win convincingly in this one.
So their backs are really up against the wall.
run. Will not connect inside at may foul tayo dito sa ilalim. It'll go against Asi Taulava. He'll pick up foul number 1.
I'll see Coach Yang Gao magpalit ang adjustments sa defense. He brought in Enrico Villanueva into the game in replace of Homer Say, probably feeling that, you know, Enrico's a much better, bigger player.
Oh, mas malapad dito si Villanueva, a lot wider than Homer Say. Enrico inside, challenging the defense of the Phonepals. And Enrico Villanueva is coming off a career-high 20-point game in his last outing.
He has really blossomed here in his first year in the league.
Look at the turnaround.
And I know for a fact that the Red Bull staff was just ecstatic when they found that he was still available in the draft. It was unbelievable that he actually was still available.
That's how deep this last draft went. Enrico Villanueva, of course, has won MVPs in the past since in the UAAP. And right now, he's bringing his ball game here to the PBA. No problem on his second free throw. Red Bull on top now, 5-2, with 8:40 to go here in the first. Alapag setting things up for the yellow shirt. Takes one from outside. And he was the only player to touch the ball in that last offensive.
Well, Red Bull choosing to go under the screen is Willie Miller straight to the basket.
And Miller will not connect. Ito, bababa agad ang talk and text. They're looking for Taulava inside. There's the quick double team by Benici.
Whenever you play like this, you have to have good rotation. You must cover the cutter and then have good rotation.
Taulava barging, and this will be a crucial call. Foul number 2 on the Rock with 7:59 to play here in the first period. And down the stretch, this might tell.
Basta mangbalita talaga for the Talk and Text team. Asi is definitely the main man. We were talking about it before the game. He has import-type numbers.
Well, Talk and Text playing a zone defense right now as Red Bull.
But they're doing that to protect Asi Taulava. They don't want to match up man-to-man.
Here comes Alapag. It's a foot race. They go back to Jimmy. And he uses the glass for 2.
And both of these teams average in double figures in fast break points, and they like to take advantage of turnovers and turn them into fast break points.
So we expect a run and gun ball game here. Miller was left open. Good help defense down low by front. Here come the Talk and Text Phonepals once again. No problem on the layup for Jimmy A.
Well, that's the problem you have when you have two guards who normally like to go to the basket. We're talking about June T and Willie Miller. Nobody going back on defense.
And Easy will push one from the corner to give Red Bull the lead once again, 7-6. They're going to leave Taulava in the ball game after picking up foul number 2. Inside, Asi Taulava just muscling his way inside in the baseline.
And we can expect that Asi Taulava will not have another 11-point night in this game. He's going to be more aggressive.
Yes, you were saying something about Taulava bouncing back in this ball game. And
well, like I mentioned earlier, the last game happened the day after the Senate findings became public. And of course, I mean, he's only human, so that's going to affect him. He did get 17 rebounds and 8 assists in that game, so he was not totally bad. I mean, those are pretty good numbers, but they're not Asi Taulava numbers.
Alapag, again, look at the sprint race here. Pablo will finish. And Talk and Text has just been making most of their points here via fast break.
And Coach Yang Gao is looking in puzzlement there on the sidelines, wondering what's happening to his transition defense.
Once again, Taulava will pluck it down, and Benici will be called for the push. Foul number 1 on Mick Benici. Field goal shooting dito po sa first quarter
So neither team shooting very well. 3 out of 16 for Red Bull, 4 out of 12 for Talking Tech.
Dalawa. Double team underneath. Harvey Carey will pick it up. Alapag on top of the key. No problem for Alapag. He drains it. 14-7 is the score with 5. Talking Text on top here by 7, 14-7 as we give you first quarter action.
Well, Talking Tech on a 12-2 run.
Villanueva denied underneath, and remember the magic number over here for Red Bull is 8 points. Just check out this play first. It's Willie Miller connecting from outside.
Well, smart move by Coach Yang Gao on the last play. He called it out of a timeout. He called a high-low for Enrico down low, but he made Tennessee the passer. So that brings Asi Talaba away from the basket and really matches up Enrico against the much smaller Harvey Carey.
So that's what happens right now. Stellan will check in the game for Harvey Carey. Villanueva has been more offensive-minded in his past few games.
Well, he's growing up here in the PBA. We know he can score. He did it his entire college career at Ateneo.
Alapag will set things up.
Double high screen for Alapag.
Oh, Jimmy Alapag.
Well, Red Bull keeps going under those pick and rolls. They're going to pay the price later if Jimmy gets hot.
This time it's Villanueva. They're going, attacking the defense of Taulava, and Villanueva will pick up an offensive foul. Of course, Taulava nursing those 2 personal fouls. And Coach Yeng Giao really wanting to get the Rock out of this ball game early.
Well, Enrico not happy with the call. He thought that Asi Talaba flopped on the play.
You win some, you lose some.
Well, Asi's a pretty big guy to be knocking down that easily.
Yeah. Here they go again. This is the play that we were talking about earlier, Coach Norman, when you said that the play of Talking Text would really revolve around this post-up play for Asi Taulava.
The double team coming from Tennessee. You see the cutter come through. They have to rotate out to the shooters. And boom.
And they have to pay the price if they will not rotate on guys like Patrick Fran, Jimmy Alapag. Right now, Talking Text ahead by 8 points.
And that is the magic number there, at least for Red Bull.
Interception with 4:27 to go. Timex, the official timer of the 2003 PBA Games, invites you to check out nearest Timex outlet for the Timex mid-year sale. Up to 70% discount is up for grabs on selected Timex watches.
Well, a change in the defense that time. The double team came from Edmund Reyes instead of Mick Tennessee.
Valenzuela from the corner.
Well, very little patience by Red Bull so far in this game. A lot of times it's just Isang Pasa and then May Tirana.
It looks like they opened up a little bit tight here in this first quarter.
Well, a lot of times when you have to win by a certain number or lose by a certain number, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on you.
Delan forcing his way inside. That's very true, Coach. And sometimes teams aboard. This Lakas rebound is brought to you by Lakas Outlast Battery. Ito ang palaban.
Oh, tough move there by Mick Tennessee. And Asi Talaba, he might as well put his hands in his pockets because he cannot play defense with 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
And there's nothing Taulava can do. Quick inside pass given, and the recognition there as Telan scores.
And that's what happens when you start concerning yourself with the shooters. You forget about the cutter. At that time, Mark Telan was wide open.
High-low play once again. And Alapag will hold on to this one and slow things down. Alapag. We will see where the double team will be coming from. This time,
offensive foul by Mark Telan, follow. He pushed off on Juneteenth. It might not even be a bad idea for Red Bull to not double team so much.
Back to live action with us here at the Cuneta Astrodome. 18-10 ang ating score dito. Lamang ang Talking Text. And some new players on the floor. As we'll get back to you on that, but first we'll turn you downstairs, kay Janelle. So who has an update for us?
Yes, earlier as we were getting ready to interview Enrico Villanueva for our halftime feature, Asi Taulava passed by and started getting playfully rough with the rookie. At ang sinabi naman ni Enrico, not here man, take that inside the court. Pero pagka lagpas ni Asi, sabi ni Rico sa akin, naku, paano ko kaya yan bamatin? Ang laki-laki. And sinabi na nga niya, he's also big but he's nowhere as big as Asi Taulava. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Janelle.
Well, not too many people are as big as Asi in the PBA.
Oh, yes.
And you notice the last play that Red Bull did not double team Asi Taulava, and Asi settled for an outside shot.
Villanueva caught inside, and the defense of Talking Tex has been holding up in the paint. Ravenna. Fran, look at the ball movement of Talking Tex. Mark Telan. Oh, everything but the shot there.
That ball is going to go off of Nelson Asaitono, who did not play in their last game. He sprained his ankle.
Asaitono now in the ball game here for Red Bull Barako. Alapag brings it out to Ravenna. They go downstairs with Taulava again. Alapag left open, but 10 seconds to shoot, and Taulava just falling on the hard court. Fran now already with 6 points in the game. And already Talking Tex has built a double-digit lead here, 20-10.
And of course, we have to call this. They're up by 10 points, but actually they're up by 2.
Uh-huh.
When you think about it.
Well, for our televiewers that have just joined us, maybe you've just opened your TV sets coming home from work, or you've just eaten dinner. Ang scenario po natin dito is Talking Tex has to win by more than 8 points if they want to advance to the semifinals. And for Red Bull Barako, they have to hold on and not lose by more than 8 points. Valenzuela, pretty move. But he just can't find daylight inside.
Well, this reminds me of the game that the Red Bull team played against FedEx. In the first half, they were having a very, very difficult time. But when the second half rolled around, they woke up, picked up the defensive intensity, and went on to win the game.
Let's see how things turn here.
Well, right now, the Talking Tex teams looks very focused on what they have to do.
Well, no focus on that last shot by Telan. And Miller, ball was stripped. He's able to connect. Even Willie Miller is challenging the defense of Asi Taulava. They're really taking it in the heart of that, into the heart of that zone defense. Blocking foul will be called here. Willie Miller pick up his first personal foul here with 45 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Oh, Jimwell Torian has just checked into the game. Of course, Lodi Tagad is also on the court for Red Bull.
So Tora will be matched up here against Belano. Now at the point guard spot. Taulava, turnaround. Will not get the point. Here comes Asaitono. 1-on-5 for the Bulls. Now it's Tugade inside. Lordy swinging inside, and the foul called here. Tignan natin. Looks like it'll go against Patrick Fran.
It should mean last shot time for the Red Bull team. There's 21 seconds left on the game clock. There's only 14 seconds left on their shot clock, so they can run it down, but they cannot run it out.
So, as the game difference, so I think shot clock and game clock is about 7 seconds. Torreon, fresh in the ball game, and already he'll pick up a foul. This one will go against Belano.
Excuse me, Talking Tex playing the percentages here, but they're now in penalty, so they're going to have to play straight up defense.
All right, actually both teams already in the penalty. Torreon will hold on to this one and milk the clock here for the last shot of the quarter. Inside, Tugade able to escape for the reverse. And Delano will not be able to beat the clock here. Tapos Cuneta Astrodome, Paolo Trillo together with Coach Norman Black and Janelle So, bringing you this, you could call it a knockout match here between these two teams. As Torreon will not get continuation.
Could have been given continuation on that play, but the referee deemed it not to be a follow-through.
By the way, our officials here tonight, referees Boy Cruz, Wilbert Kulanag, and Art Herrera, are three officials calling the shots in this ball game. Izon had an open look. Instead, they would rotate the ball, and only 8 seconds left on the shot clock here for Red Bull Barako.
And talking Texas defense so far has really been very intensified. I mean, they're playing really good defense.
They look really focused here. You try take a look at their faces, and you can somewhat see it in their eyes. The intensity is there, and Talk and Tex once again fighting to stay alive here in the conference.
Nasi Talaba, he's only going to get a short rest on the bench as he's checking back into the basketball game.
Well, Taulava picked up 2 fouls in the first. Pero kung titignan natin yung kabila, no, the big men, both Se and Villanueva also have 2 fouls apiece. Tugade nailed his first free throw.
So when you talk of Talking Tex and the Red Bull team, you're talking about 2 of the most talented teams in the league. A lot of talented up and down the rosters of both of these teams.
They've got beefy lineups and a lot of
beefy. They're athletic, they're quick.
A lot of very exciting players.
2 of the top rebounding teams in the league, but it also means they're tough. Lava forces that shot up. Alex Villiers turned to be wide open on the offensive board, and that leads to another basket.
Rovena, good spacing in his part, was able to hit it. Timex, the official timer of the 2003 PBA games, invites you to check out the nearest Timex outlet for the Timex mid-year sale. Up to 70% discount up for grabs on selected Timex watches.
And Talking Tex remains in his own defense, trying to protect Asi Talaba, who steals the basketball.
And the pushing foul here will be called on, will this go on Torreon? Yes, Jimwell Torreon pick up his first.
And whenever you penetrate against the zone, you have a much better chance of scoring from the outside than you do the inside. Normally the pass out to the perimeter will be wide open. Torreon chose to go inside that time. That's why it was stolen.
Check out our field goal shooting in the first quarter. Both teams horrendous shooting from outside. 27% and 33%.
That's why we have such a low-scoring game so far.
In a game like this, Coach Norman, which team would favor a low-scoring ball game, would you think?
Well, definitely Red Bull. I mean, they average the least amount of points out of the 2 teams. Talking Texas averaging 104 points a game. But like I said, I think either one of these teams can play whatever type of game they want to play. You want to play slow ball, we'll play slow ball. You want to play quick tempo, we'll play quick tempo. To be a champion team, you have to learn how to win any type of way.
But right now, it's the Phonepals on top by 9. And again, one thing to watch out for is really going to be that magic number 8.
Right now it stands at 9.
Talking Tex on pace, but an offensive foul will be called here on Vic Pablo.
Back-to-back turnovers for both teams. It's been a pretty sloppy game so far.
This is also how we started the first quarter.
Correct, and the execution as far as Red Bull is concerned has not been good.
Stay inside. Izon will try his luck from rainbow territory, and Vince Izon will hit a 3-point bomb.
That's always the solution to the problem when the team is playing a zone defense.
We're seeing a lot of outside shots being thrown up here tonight. Ball will stay with the Phonepals here.
And you'll be surprised how a play like that, even though the ball goes back to Talking Tex, can spark your team. I mean, Lodi Tagadi just went all out to try to save that basketball. We don't see enough of that in basketball these days.
Well, we'll go downstairs to Janelle with a Monterrey courtside update.
Talk and Text manager Frankie Lim is not around tonight. Last Thursday, his wife gave birth to a bouncing baby boy whom they will name Gabriel Tyler. But guess who might be in the house tonight? Yup, Coach Joel Banal, who hasn't seen a single Talk and Text game through this Invitational Championship dahil he's busy concentrating with the Ateneo or concentrating on the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Pero magpaparamdam daw tonight itong si Coach Joel Banal. Paramdam lang kasi ayaw daw niyang magpakita. We will find out kung gagamit or gagana dito ang phenomenal Coach Joel Banal charm or Coach Joel Banal magic. Meanwhile, siguro dapat tayo magpa-contest. Spot Coach Joel Banal in the stands kasi hindi raw siya magpapakita. That has been my Monterrey courtside update. It's been Janelle. So back to the panel.
Okay, thanks a lot, Janelle. That update brought to you by Monterrey. And, well, Coach Joel Banal, his presence here can give an added boost for the morale of Talk and Text.
Another turnover for Red Bull.
And we've seen sloppy player to start the second quarter, and it continues on that last play.
It's actually the third turnover here in the second quarter.
It's a 6-point lead for Talk and Text.
The way Homer Say is playing defense against Aussie, he's going to pick up that third foul pretty quickly.
A lot of banging inside, a let-go situation, and the rock will not be denied. So Aussie now with 5 points to his name. 27-19. Tugade, hinahanap dito si Asayton, and the ball has been quiet, but he gives off an assist here to Homer Say.
And that's what you're going to have to do against the zone defense. You have to move the basketball. You're going to penetrate. You got to penetrate and hit the open man.
Pablo working it inside. They find the rock. Taulava against two black shirts. And Asi now starting to get the fouls down low.
That foul's going to go against Asay Tono. The All-Filipino towards the first half of the All-Filipino. Talk and Text was shooting terribly from the three-point line. I mean, they were horrible. They were last in the league. And now they're number one.
What a turnaround.
Yeah.
What a turnaround. I remember in that series against Coca-Cola, Noong All-Filipino, we were saying that would probably be one of the biggest factors there, the free throw shooting. And
well, their three-point shooting has really turned around, mainly because of Jimmy Alapag, who leads the league. He shoots 50% from the three-point line.
and now they're just shooting away. Right now, a 7-point lead for Talk and Text. Asaytono, catch and shoot. And the 2 points for the Bulls. 28-23. Alapag now matched up against Torreon at the point guard spot. Ikot nila ang bola dito and they continue to work it inside but carry with a 15-footer. Setup time now. Villanueva. Here comes Torreon, and you know the Red Bull squad just having a hard time inside.
Well, if you're quick enough to get past your man, Paulo, you have Asi Talaba standing there in the middle waiting for you.
And you got the wide body of Harvey Carey. The internal defense of Talk and Text holding their own here. 6:40 to play in the second period. This is, of course, our Samsung PBA Invitational Championships.
Enrico was kicked in the head.
Ouch. Now Torreon running ring around Talk and Text defenders on the break. Ito yung speed lineup ng Red Bull right now.
So from Belize, Torreon going all the way to the basket. You're correct, with Torreon and also Willie Miller in the game at the guard position.
Let's see if Red Bull can speed things up over here. Alapag, two-man game, uses the Taulava pick outside to Bong Ravena. And this one will just go out of bounds. So with 5:56 to play, a full timeout called here by Red Bull Barako. Lamang ang clock.
Lesson to be learned by all big men who want to play inside. You saw that Ozzy protected the ball by keeping it close to his chest when he went up to the basket. He did not put it out for the guards to come in and slap it away from him.
Well, Taulava's certainly been a force inside for Talk and Text. Showing his wares here tonight, Panisi. Still strong on the drive. And now they will look at the Rock once again. There's the quick double. Fran back to Alapag. And now Taulava inching closer. Manalo is set up for three.
And with the type of defense that the Red Bull team is playing, that's what they're looking for. Miss outside shots. They're going to force Talk and Text to beat them from the perimeter.
It looks like that is how our ball game is going to go. They will be challenging the Talk and Text players to make the outside shot. Alapag inside to front. And a foul will be called here on Nick Benisi. The front actually challenged the defense of Benisi. Benisi standing a good maybe 6-7 inches taller.
Well, Penisi came down with his arms. That's why he was called for the foul. If he had just stood there and waited for the ball to go up, he probably could have easily blocked that shot.
Check it out once again. Touch passing by the Phonepals.
Right
and
there.
yes, there you go. The front now will shoot two from the line. No problem on his first free throw. Fran now with 7 points. It has been a balanced offensive night here for Talk and Text. Fran actually is the leading scorer after 2 quarters of play, but we still have 5:07 remaining here in the second. Miller calling out play number 3. Torreon has it in the corner. Red Bull trying to find a hole in that zone defense, and Miller comes away with a fader.
And that's the one thing you have to give Willie Miller. I mean, he's one of the players on the Red Bull team that you have to give him the freedom to find his own shot.
Willie Miller is just such an athletic player. He can really create. Right now, it's Taulava creating here for Talk and Text. He has done a pretty good job of staying away from that third foul. Miller. Alapag will take it the other way. Here's a fast break. 50 meters. That's good handoff.
Good defense by Torreon.
He's stuck all the way. And now Barako will come back. Oh,
They just can't shoot.
both teams not taking advantage on those fast break opportunities.
Well, Red Bull, they're just having a tough time putting the ball in the hole.
31-27 ang ating score dito. Lamang ng 4 ang Phonepals. And Valenzuela will check in the game to replace Lordy Tugade. So with 3:49 to go, a 30-second timeout here called by Talk and Text. Well, it's a 4-point lead here with 3:49 to play, and Red Bull has sort of inched their way a little bit closer to that lead.
Well, initially, it was announced a 30-second timeout for the Phonepals. This is what Red Bull is looking for. They're only down by 4 points. We'll repeat it again. Red Bull just has to make sure they don't lose by more than 8. And Talk and Text has to win by at least 9 to go into the semis.
Well, what will happen here is if Talk and Text should win this game over Red Bull, there will be a 3-way tie at first. At dahil sa ating quotient system, it will be decided by who two teams will advance. And Ravenna now finding the range from outside.
Well, Junti did not challenge that shot by Ravenna, but Coach Yangao changed his defense during the 30-second timeout of Talk and Text, but didn't help.
Miller breaking down the defense.
Serious?
Willie Miller. Alapag will pick it up the other way. Jimmy Alapag, handoff. Now Patrick Fran, Bong Ravenna. He actually had an open look.
Instead, he passed it to somebody in the stands.
Well, a hesitation play that time by Bong Ravenna. And he just hit one earlier with someone in his face. They lob it inside. Villanueva will be disturbed by those big men of Red Bull as Alapag will fire away. Here comes Barako once again. Torreon! Oh, there seems to be a lid on that ring of Red Bull Barako right now.
But the type of shots that Red Bull's getting, I mean, they're pretty high percentage shots.
Well, they just can't seem to connect. .230 remaining here in the second period. And Ravenna will get the defensive stop inside on Torreon.
Well, 3-point field goals, 1 out of 10 for Red Bull, 3 out of 12 for Talking Tex. Both teams pretty cold from the perimeter.
They go back to ask the inside, Telan. Oh, Telan just barging his way. And yes, an offensive foul will be called on Mark Telan.
We would have to check Mark Telan's dancing skills. He's having a tough time.
Merrill Performance Footwear, getaway to adventure with Merrill USA.
Definitely one thing that the Coach Yang Gao is going to talk about at halftime is ball movement. Spacing and ball movement for the Red Bull team. He's been very poor here in the first half.
Well, they're down by 7 points here as Talking Tex continues to stick with that type of a play. You know, and that has really been the ball game here of Talking Tex. Giving it to Taulava and making the other players move or work from outside. We'll turn over to Janelle, who has something for us down low.
Hindi pala tayo pwede maglaro ng spot Coach Joel Banal in the stands dahil walang spot na Coach Joel Banal. Hindi siya makakapunta. Pagod daw si Coach Joel sa biyahe because after the Lasal Ateneo game, he flew all the way to LA para maghanap ng import para sa Talking Tex for next conference. 2 days lang daw siya doon, kararating lang niya. So medyo magpapahinga na lang daw muna siya tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Janelle. So that's the word. Well, Coach Joel Banal here tonight. Alapag will pick up his first foul. And this should be an exciting matchup to watch throughout the ballgame here. Miller and Alapag going at it.
Well, may dalawang magandang matchups here. I mean, you have Dombo Bolano and Torreon. You have Miller and Alapag.
This is going to be a very, very fast ballgame. Miller.
Well, what I thought would turn out to be an offensive show has been more of a defensive struggle.
And that is an indication of how important this ball game is. Both teams really clamping down on defense.
Because it's one thing to say that, you know, Red Bull's missing a lot of easy shots, but that means the other team has good defense. There's another miss from very close to the basket.
Alapag over now to Belano. A lot of speedsters on the floor. Down inside to Taulava, and you know, the all-Filipino player of the conference from Mark Mann here tonight. Well, he's on Mark Mann any night.
Every game.
Telan. He'll try his luck. And he won't get the bucket, but we have a foul down low.
Well, June T using his arms instead of moving his feet, boxing out. It's going to mean 2 shots for Bong Ravenna.
Coach Yang Giao doesn't look too happy with that call.
Well, he figured his team already had the ball, so why call a foul like that? Wrong with Bong Ravenna actually was not in the play.
Ravenna will shoot 2 over here. Nasa penalty na ang Red Bull Barako. While the Talking Tex Phonepals have 4 team fouls in this quarter. Ravenna will not connect on his first free throw. But he has hit some shots from outside here tonight. So far, Ravenna with 6 points, 2 triples. He hit 2 triples earlier. Torreon being hounded by defense of Belano. Now Villanueva. Oh, challenging. A lot of big men inside.
Well, the referee actually had his choice there. He could have called a foul on Talon, Asi, or Ravenna. He decided Ravenna was the man. As Enrico's really trying to get that third foul of Asi Talava.
Yeah, they've been fishing for it all throughout. Well, after he picked up that second foul early in the first. And right now, Villanueva, he only scored 2 points in the first quarter, but he got a lot of touches early on. The rookie will swish one in. May kasama pang huddle dito together with Miller and Valenzuela. Some instructions here with 39.8 seconds to play here before we reach the halfway point.
Well, if Red Bull plays good defense, they should get the basketball back. As Enrico misses the second foul shot.
Delano. Now Lapag, some pressure applied there by Red Bull. But Torreon was dancing by the baseline. And Talk and Text will keep possession here. They have 12 seconds to go on their shot clock. Baseline inbound. Ravenna finding Alapag. Here comes Jimmy. Now it's outside with Dondel Belano. Look at the ball movement with Talk and Text. And Bong Ravenna will finish it off with a triple.
Gandang ball movement that time for Talk and Text. We told you they lead the league in assists.
Last shot at the basket here for Red Bull Barako. Torreon trying to zigzag inside. Oh, Jim Wells.